Okay, so really simple setup here. I'm in the studio, I'm simulating the situation, and I just wanted to show you how we've got this set up. Now, don't worry about this cord here and this attachment. What this allows me to do is take the signal from the iPhone into my equipment, my recording equipment, through HDMI, and actually put that out. Now, that's a top tip for you. If you want to spend £35 on one of these because you want to take better selfies, if you've got a TV, what you can do is you can take this out, plug your HDMI cable in, and then you can see yourself on the screen, pretty much as I am now. I can see myself on the screen. And you can see yourself and position yourself, and then you can use the front-facing camera. Top tip there. But obviously you need to be able to have a monitor where you can see it. So it's getting a bit complex, and we're trying to keep it simple, but just in case you want to do that. Now, obviously the lighting now is all funky and all over the place because I've got one light source. So I wanted to show you this and show you how it actually works and looks with this offset lighting. And we can also just change it slightly and show you what a front lighting look will look like as well. But what I want to show you is just how simple this is. So you might have a chair leg or something of that type. And if I turn this sideways, you can see my selfie stick is, I've got my bungee cords here. Let me just lift that carefully. I don't want to drop my phone. You can see my bungee cords are attached to the selfie stick. I've now created, for all intents and purposes, a tripod. So all I needed was this, something attached to it, and two bungee cords. So like I said, you can use bungee cords. These are the optimum, but if not, maybe a bit of tape if you're not too worried about the sticky residue afterwards. Or maybe just tie it off real strong with some string and maybe tie this bit off. But make sure it's secure. Now the top tip, attach it before you put your iPhone in, because this is all fiddly and sometimes it pulls around. Make sure the selfie stick is really solid, then put your iPhone in. You don't want to be putting your iPhone in and then pulling it and it drops out and smashes on the floor. So just be careful there. One of the things I do want to show you though is how to set an exposure really simply and easily. So I'm just going to move the camera to a better position and then I'm going to show you how to set that exposure. So here's an exposure tip. You can see I've got really bright highlights on my skin. This means I'm losing exposure. So when I see this on here and here, well, that means I'm too close to the light. To solve that, all I need to do is move further away from the light. And what you're going to see when I do that, you're going to start seeing that the highlights are going to come down. So if I'm like this and I've got bright highlights, that means I'm too close to the window, guys. I need to pull back. So if I pull back a little bit further, a little bit more, I'm still a little bit bright, I'm going to start to get a nice even light on my face. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to adjust it slightly with the exposure on the screen. So a little tip for you, if you want to adjust your exposure, hold your finger on the screen, go up and down like so. And that's going to bring it down. And what I want to do, I just want to bring it, watch my forehead, there, because I've no longer got shiny bits. I'm comfortable now, I've moved back in, I'm still seeing a little highlight here. There we go. Now I'm exposed evenly across my face. It's a little bit dark, but I can pull that up in the actual editing phase. That's a lot of how to set the exposure, how to sit in front of the camera. But what we want to do in the next section is we need to look at some posing tips. So let's go there.